Hello, friends, and welcome to another Modern League. We're returning to an old favorite, Azorius Spirits. I actually have not picked this deck up since Modern Horizons 2, but I'm excited to return to it. This is a creature strategy, a tribal strategy, using a bunch of evasive creatures with interesting abilities in order to both disrupt what the opponent is doing and to reduce their life total to 0. We're using Aether Vial to kind of cheat on mana, so even though we might only have 2 or 3 lands in play, we will be producing 3 or 5 mana. And then as far as the sideboard goes, not too many surprises. Chalice of the Void is in right now. We're probably, if we're bringing this in, is probably going to be for 0. Sanctifier en-Vec is one of the premium protection from red creatures, and this has the added benefit of also hating on the graveyard, so we're able to cut down on the number of Rest in Peace that we can play. And we've got Kataki's War's Wage because artifacts are really hot right now. So we might want to bring that in versus Hammer Time, or any deck playing Urza's Saga. If we run into Asmarano, Mardika, Daystina, Kuldakar, then Kataki might be the way to go. Not a huge fan of this. It doesn't have a Vial, but I have a turn 1 play, and my hand could be very strong. I don't think I would keep this on the draw, but I think I'd keep it on the play. Okay, our opponent is mulliganing. So far, only once. And they're hesitating on this one, so it's either a difficult decision or they're deciding which card to put back. Okay. So the question is, do we start with a Cavern of Souls or a Seachrome Coast? I think we just start with a Cavern. We're playing the Mausoleum Wanderer, so it's going to be obvious what we're playing right from the start. Yeah, let's call Soldier. That'll confuse them. Alright, so we'll F6 through, and we could probably F6 through their turn. I'll F2. Okay, so Memnite, Lurrus, their Hammer Time. Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats and Hammer Time is interesting, but they go get a basic Plains because they have the Springleaf Drum, so that can get them the colored mana. Aether Vial right on time, not like we had anything else to do with this turn anyway. I think I probably have to keep the Maelstrom Wanderer back. Just in case they, I guess they're not going to slam 2 hammers, but sacking the Wanderer to prevent like 10 damage is probably better than attacking in for 1. I don't know, it's kind of tricky, but like attacking in for 1 damage here seems like not worth it at all. Wish we could have played a Rattlechains there. Okay, there's the Sigarda's Aid. And they're going to attack. So yeah, we're going to block here because they have Hammer, almost certainly. And I don't want to take 11 damage. So Maelstrom Wanderer only counters instants or sorceries, which the opponent has cast 0 of so far. This is going to be a really difficult position to get back from. Selfless Spirit, not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Oh, heard it that time. Fixed Doll, thanks for the follow, friend. Hello, hello. Oh, here comes another hammer. through that. Might not be hammer. This is actually probably spear. Because with spear, they can start trampling. And, like, the creatures that I put down basically mean nothing. Really, really need to find Skyclave. Need a Skyclave Apparition stat off the top right now, or I am dead. So I think we still have to block here, because if they have hammer in hand and we don't block, we're dead. Maybe we can wait. Maybe we can take one hit. If we're taking a hit for any creature, it's Drogskol Captain. And we just hope that they don't have hammer as one of their last two cards. They don't. It's Shadow Spear. Screeves with the resub. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Welcome back. It's a me, Screeves. Alright. No, did not find what we were looking for. Have no draws. This game is over. If we had found Apparition, we could have apparated the Mem Knight, and maybe they don't have a Paladin in hand. Alright, so Chalice is so-so. We could put like Chalice on one to stop them from slamming hammers, but that's not great. We obviously want Kataki, we want Path to Exile, those are good. Force of Negation's actually pretty interesting. Being able to counter their hammers or their Sigarda's aids could be quite good. Rattlechains. I like the Flash. Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, we obviously need to keep that. Spell Queller can be good, especially on the play. Spectral Sailor. I think we just don't have time for that. Shacklegeist is super good. One of our better cards for sure. I guess, like, Selfless Spirit isn't that hot. Spooky, scary spirits send shivers down your spine. What is next? 3 cards to go. I kind of feel like we can probably just get rid of the Selfless Spirits. They might be good if opponent is like attacking with multiple hammers, but honestly, I think it's one of our weakest cards left in the deck. I guess Mausoleum Wanderer is not that strong either, but it can hit for a lot of damage. It's, you know, one of our only 1-drops left. But the question is, do we want any Chalice? I think Chalice is probably better than Selfless Spirit. Wouldn't mind slamming one of those for 1. Okay, seems good. We got Shacklegeist, we got Kataki, we got Path to Exile. This is a hand that should be able to beat Spirits. We're going to play Hallowed Fountain tapped. They cannot win on turn 1. And if they throw their hand onto the battlefield, maybe we'll play Kataki. Otherwise, we'll probably just play Shacklegeist and hold the Kataki. We'll see what happens. Another Marsh Flats. Like, you don't see a lot of Marsh Flats in Hammer time, but they're fetching the basic planes, which is kind of strange to me. Oh, this Kataki is going to be so good. Everything except for the planes. Get taxed. Esper Sentinel being an artifact there? Ooh. You gonna spend all your mana to keep your stuff? Good job, Kataki. Why not tap the Esper Sentinel for the drum? Yeah, good point there. They could have definitely tapped their mana more effectively for that. Okay, they go get Hammer. So let's see here. We could Skyclave the Stoneforge Mystic just doesn't seem good. Irete, thanks for the follow, friend. We could play Rattlechains, Hold Up, but I kind of feel like just play the Shacklegeist, so they can't attack me with Inkmoth Nexus, basically keep myself alive. I also get to hold up Path to Exile this way. I don't get to attack, but that's fine. Should feel pretty safe like this. Okay, so they're paying for the Springleaf Drum by tapping the Inkmoth Nexus. So we don't have to worry about death by Infect. Opponent's taking a moment here. They're in a difficult position. Okay, so they decide to play the castle and a Pure Steel Paladin. So that's a good target for our Apparition. So they're going to play the Hammer. We could Path to Exile the Pure Steel Paladin here. Or we could just tap down the Stoneforge Mystic. Like, we don't have to... we don't have to use the Path if we don't want to. They don't have an extra artifact here, so they won't be able to equip the Hammer anyway. Yeah, I like getting rid of this Pure Steel Paladin here. Let's just Path it. This way they don't draw a card, and they can't get it back with Lurrus. And we do not need to tap the Stoneforge Mystic. We have the Shacklegeist, which can just easily block it. Okay, we get... Oh, Spell Queller? I probably want to hold that up, huh? I'm going to attack with the Shacklegeist, and then we can cast the Rattlechains during combat, beginning of combat, if we want to tap down a creature. Love that tax. Yeah, keep paying that tax. Why don't you put down some more artifacts? Maybe try and cast another Paladin? Another Inkmoth, putting Lurrus to hand. Okay. So we just put Rattlechains down. Hey, Cherry with the raid! Thank you, my friend. How did your stream go? What were you playing? I think that we tap down the Stoneforge Mystic in combat here. No reason to let them attack with it. Aether Vial. So if I play Aether Vial, I take down Spell Queller and Skyclave Apparition. Now that we have Rattlechains, Skyclave has Flash. So I'm thinking I'm just going to attack for 6 here, pass the turn, and we can apparate something or Spell Quell something if there's an issue. They're already going to be spending some resources to try and keep these around, presumably. But this is also like kind of a crux turn. Maybe I should keep a Spirit back so I can like tap down a Nexus or something. Oh, you got your vaccine yesterday? No kidding. I got mine last week. Don't think I've seen this Hippo Blast combo yet. But I'm not exactly on the cutting edge of Magic. I mean, look at me playing the spirits. Okay, so Urza's Saga. That is a bit of a problem. Can't do too much about that. We'll just have to try and kill them before that becomes a problem. Blast deals 15 damage to the face if it hits Emrakul. And of course, there's got to be some way to set that up. Yeah, you can attack if you like. No attacks. I think what do we do here? We could apparate something, or we could play the Rattlechains. Most of the deck is lands. All right, let's get this Apparition down so we have something extra to beat with. And we'll just get rid of the Stoneforge Mystic since they don't have to pay extra mana to keep it on the battlefield. Okay, we get Plains, so we can play Aether Vial now. We would have to pay a tax for it if we wanted to keep it. Oh, Hansa Ghost, I just saw your comment. Short answer is yes. Hammer Time is one of the best decks in the format, so having an answer to that is pretty important. So they get to kill our Rattlechains here if they want. That's fine. We have another Rattlechains as backup here. I guess I could be like auto-yielding to these so they don't have to press a button every time it shows up. Yeah, and I mean, Hammer Time is the big reason for Kataki War's Wage, but you also have to worry about Asmarano, Mardika, Daystina, Kuldakar, and Affinity is making a comeback, actually. So it's not even just this one deck. Another Spell Queller. Cool, cool, cool. So let's see here. We attack with everything. They can kill the Kataki with the Inkmoth Nexus. They have Urza's Saga here, so they can make a fairly large token. So we can hit them for 4. But they're going to start making artifacts that are going to be a little bit of a problem. Fortunately, we can tap them down. Poor Notseer, hello. A little bit of spirit action. This is a deck that I enjoyed quite a bit before Modern Horizons, and I wanted to know if it was still good enough to compete. Dr. Queller has been doing fairly well with the list, but it is their speciality. Guess Kataki is better than Stony Silence versus Hammer? In some cases, yes. The Paladin is a little bit better around Kataki of War's Wage. I should have tapped this down during the draw step. It's fine. I can tap it down at beginning of combat, so it's not a problem. Well, this is first match with spirits. So we're not too sure how it's going to go, but I'm excited to find out. I'm with you. I wish that spirits would have got a new toy from Modern Horizons. We didn't really get much of anything. I guess like we can play Subtlety and Solitude, but they're not spirits. Alright, so how much flying damage do we have? 6? Okay, opponent's just going to concede here. Nice. So now we're on the draw. I mean, Chalice isn't going to be as good on the draw, but again, I don't really see any of these cards being better. I guess we could play Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace actually seems kind of good against the opponent here. It kind of cuts off our Moorland Haunt, but it also cuts off their Lurrus. I mean, that's fair, but we got Path to Exile, we have Force of Negation, so I feel like those take up these slots that Solitude and Subtlety would have taken. I guess, like, maybe, I don't know, Tron is back, so Damping Sphere makes a lot of sense. If I had room for Chalice, I'd still like to play it. How would Prismatic Ending do instead of Path? I think that might be better in the Bant version, since we can only produce 2 colors. So, there's also some creatures that you're just going to want to be able to get rid of despite whatever their mana value is. 2 colors, 2 lands, Aether Vial. The Rest in Peace is kind of like maybe the card we want to get rid of here, because I want to be able to keep my threats. We don't have any way to shuffle, so it just means we're not going to be getting Rest in Peace. Yeah, exactly, like Murktide. Okay, they're starting with Urza Saga turn 1, so that means Springleaf Drum. That's what I was wondering. Wow, that's a good start. And they get a free card from the Aether Vial. Opponent's got a really good setup here. They still got 4 cards in hand. They can make a Karn... Oh, they're attacking, so they're not making a Construct. What are you playing instead? Oh, Ornithopter means they still can make a Construct. So we're really looking to draw Kataki here. Mausoleum Wanderer. Well, that's not great. Not great. I guess we just play Supreme Phantom, and we can Chalice, or sorry, Aether Vial in the Wanderer. Would Spirits do good with Chalice in the main? Good question. Not sure. Construct's already a 5/5. It's just going to be getting bigger and bigger. Turn 1 Urza Saga, when you can activate it, turn 2 is pretty good. Opponent's got a very strong board for turn 3. And this has nothing to do with hammers yet. If they have a paladin in hand, they should probably just grab spear with this, honestly. Oh, they get Pithing Needle. I would have figured they'd go grab spear so they could slam it onto a construct. Okay, Aether. Oh, I'm such. Well, I guess I couldn't respond to it anyways. There was no way, no world I was thinking about Pithing Needle there. I thought for sure spear. They had the spear in hand. Okay, that's why. So we're dead. Skyclave Apparition doesn't get rid of tokens. Oh, we get a path, but that gets rid of 1. Yeah, that was something. I guess we could have Skyclaved the spear. That would have been fine. I'm thinking like path, whatever they put the spear on. Nah, they got another Urza Saga. Like, this game is just over. There's nothing we can do here. They can just make more constructs. I think that even if we draw Kataki off the top, we're probably still dead to their constructs. They'll have enough mana to pay for those and keep on swinging in with them. Oh, they're not even... What are you not moving the Shadow Spear over for? Don't you want to gain life? Do extra damage? Apparently not. Apparently they're just more interested in making more constructs. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they do. We're dead. Single land hand. So we're going to be mulliganing this. We'll keep this one. What do we get rid of? Probably Shacklegeist. Still not a good hand, but I think better than a random 5. Aether Vial off the top. Good draw. Always had it. Seachrome Coast, Aether Vial, leans towards spirits, but it could be humans. I believe humans plays a 1 of Seachrome Coast. Mutavault. And Spreading Seas the Seachrome Coast. Yup. Okay, we'll I kind of want to play Cavern of Souls here so they can't counter the Rattlechains. Okay. Oh, of course. I should have known it was Merfolk. Of course it's Merfolk. Huh, so that means the Skyclave Apparition isn't going to do its job until we get another mana source. Another Aether Vial, so we'll just hold up Spell Queller here. Skyclave Apparitions, it has flash, it's instant speed, but this thing is kind of in the way. We'll get rid of it next turn. So one interaction that I don't know how it's going to work, and I'm excited to find out, is this says other merfolk you control have ward. I'm wondering if that counts when the spell is on the stack. So you have to pay an extra 1 to counter a merfolk spell? Well, um, I kind of want to counter the thing that they're going to cast off these two islands here, not really the Silvergill Adept. Go get a Plains. I guess we already have an island here. Let's just go get Hallowed Fountain. Cool. Well, I figured I would... Oh, man, I am so blind. I could have just got rid of this. I thought this had ward too, but it says other merfolk has ward. So this is an exercise in reading the cards. Hopefully we don't get punished too hard. Next turn we'll have Supreme Phantom in play, and we'll be able to start swinging pretty hard ourselves. Doll of Cutie, good morning, thank you. Hmm. So this is going to tap the Apparition. The Apparition will lose all abilities, but this is already on the stack. So this is going. Do I want to quell this? I think I kind of just want to quell something. Alright, so we can see that the Merfolk Trickster doesn't have Ward, so we don't have to worry about Merfolk spells getting the thing. It's just for creatures on the battlefield, I guess. Don't think they're going to attack anymore. Okay. Good turn. Alright, so we'll set this to always no and always yield. That'll save a little bit of time on our clock. Alright, let's get the damage. Get in there. So we have lethal in the air on the crackback. We have 15 life and 1 blocker. $63, you say? That's cool. It's a lot more than the 44 I see, but my numbers aren't always the most up to date. So what do we want to do against fish? I think we bring in Path, and that's probably it. Damping Sphere doesn't seem very good. Chalice doesn't seem very good. Force of Negation seems bad. Sanctifier seems bad. Yeah, everything else is bad. Why wouldn't you see if they block the Apparition if it doesn't have flying? I mean, I did attack with the Apparition that last turn, didn't I? You might have been talking about a turn ago. Kind of feel like I started swinging in with the thing pretty early. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I could have waited on the Phantom, I guess, if I had Rattlechains in play. Since it had Flash, we didn't need to be putting it into play immediately. Because what did I have? I had Shacklegeist, right? Spell Queller Apparition, putting Supreme Phantom into play. Yeah, we could have maybe got one of their creatures that way. Thank you for pointing that out. Probably take out the Spectral Sailor. This is usually one of the cards that we look at taking out first. It's one of the weakest cards we have access to. Then again, like Mausoleum Wanderer isn't really going to be very good at countering spells, but it is going to be getting thick. Like maybe even dummy thick, depending on how many spirits we put into play at a time. Could probably go like 3 Wanderers, 2 of the other spirits. It's double path. You're going to be giving them a lot of islands with this hand. Alright, so our opponent does mulligan. Paths are starting to look a little bit better. Probably a turn 1 Aether Vial. No, just a Mutavault. Okay. I think I'm going to start with the island here. I'm not really going to be able to prevent them from doing anything with their island walk. We're going to be like 2 ships passing in the night. Attacks are going to hit. But I don't want to throw my Cavern of Souls straight into a an enchantment. If they want to turn my island into an island, that's fine. Spreading Seas my island, opponent. So they reveal a Trickster. Let's go ahead and leave that open so that we remember that they can trick us with that. 1 drop. Nice. So we got Mausoleum Wanderer and Shacklegeist. If we play the Supreme Phantom, we could easily block... Oh, yeah, we could easily block the Silvergill Adept with it. Hey there, Keep. Doing okay in this match so far, but match 1 we played against Hammer Time. Games 1 and 2 and 3, they just did Hammer Time things. How you doing, Keep? Oh, right, Shacklegeist doesn't even flash anyways. I was thinking about Rattlechains. I think I'll just play the Supreme Phantom here. Don't have any white mana. These Paths to Exile aren't looking that great right now. I'm sure we'll find white mana before we need to fire off a path. It's fine. There's the Aether Vial, right on time, turn 3. Okay. Moorland Haunt. Not great, not great. Let's play a Grove. I'm probably going to sacrifice that pretty quickly. I'm going to attack with Mausoleum Wanderer, pass the turn. We have Shacklegeist to be able to tap something down. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing interesting in pathing right now, especially with them being a little bit short on lands here. So even though we can't cast these paths anyways, it's not like we would want to. Looks like opponents really having a tough time finding their cards. Tap your creature, because why not? Yeah, saw the pressure that the god could present last game. If you're going to draw a card here, we don't have anything too interesting to be doing with our hand currently, so really want to be looking for some fresh cards off the top. Seachrome Coast was okay, gives us access to some white mana for Path to Exile, but I think I'm actually going to play the Cavern of... No, we gotta play the Seachrome Coast. I guess they could Spreading Seas it, take us off white mana, but whatever. I'm just going to attack in with everything here. Let's start getting in the damage. 6 damage is a 3-turn clock. Do I own or rent? I rent. I own some Pauper decks, but for the most part, I rent for the stream. which is what allows me to play a large variety of decks. There's the second blue source, so they're going to be able to start playing their cards now. Lord of Atlantis is the start. Just going to take the damage here. Not interested in giving them more lands to be able to cast more cards next turn. Always know, always yield. Another Aether Vial. Not what we were looking for. Deck. Oh, you're saying you want to try Fairy Blade. Not something I've really taken a look at. Alright, so we're going to swing in with everything. And we've got a single path here to make sure we don't die on the crackback, as long as the turn comes back to us. Oh, I guess they do still have Merfolk Trickster we have to watch out for. Okay, so they put down another another Lord here. They decided to wait until my end step to put it down, which means that I took one fewer damage. We'll see if that ends up meaning anything. But it also meant that they were able to hold up the Merfolk Trickster, which could have been important. Okay, so they're tapping the Aether Vial. Another Lord. This is a lot of damage. We're going to have to get rid of one of the Lords here. But they still have Trickster, which is a problem. If they had a counterspell, we have Mausoleum Wanderer. Maybe we can, who knows what we'll draw. Maybe we'll draw something good here. Because if they get another crackback, and they have Trickster, so we need to draw a good card. Damn. Damn. So they can trick the Phantom, which reduces our damage. Yeah, I should have thought about this. What am I even doing? Like... Yeah, now we hit for 4, put them to 2. They don't have to even block anything. They get to kill us on the crackback guaranteed. This was stupid. So what can we still do here? We go to 5, get planes. I can sacrifice this. No, because we need an instant or sorcery to counter. So we're not going to be able to like sacrifice that, make a token. We can't block anything anyways. The thing is, I don't think that we really could have done anything. They have Island Walk guaranteed. We can't get rid of both of these Masters of the Pearl Trident. So I think that we didn't really punt here. It's just that we were in an unwinnable situation because we flooded out. Wish they'd print a Mausoleum Wanderer Fae. What, you're not happy with Spell Stutter Sprite? That card is bonkers. Alright, so we're going to keep 7 here. We got Aether Vial turn 1, Selfless Spirit turn 2, and then we can start slamming Drogskol Captains. Hopefully we can race. Yeah, I kind of felt that way, Hasio. I didn't really, count. I think we might have drawn an Aether Vial at some point, but it was definitely mostly lands. And if we had drawn almost anything, we would have been able to turn that around. Oh! The Force of Negation on the Aether Vial, getting aggressive. I would not have expected them to bring in Force of Negation versus our deck. It seems risky, but I mean, it paid off there, I guess. They did... Oh, and you're playing the Tideshaper for 1? I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense versus this deck. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We already have an island, and they're not looking to turn one of our lands into an island to take us off of mana. So that absolutely makes sense. It's just, normally you think Tideshaper is going to be a Spreading Seas, and that's how it's done. It's always, a 2-mana creature, but this is one of the few cases where that was a good play. You have bad news about the hopes to race? Yeah, I think you're right. Merfolk wins the race. They just have more efficient lords than we do. They took the draw, and they're already swinging in for more damage. Not that we can do anything anyways, like Lord of Atlantis, we cannot block. Oh, Shacklegeist. So we can start tapping down their creatures, but we're still taking damage turn after turn after turn. That's still not a winning line. All right, time for the punching. Another Lord. Do you have another Tideshaper for your 1 mana? Your 1 card left? 7 damage. Ouch. So they actually just have lethal on board. Wow. So we have to play Shacklegeist here. We have no choice. I'm hoping for another 1-drop Spirit, but didn't get it. So we can tap down their Tideshaper and hopefully survive 1 swing. Remember to stop on beginning of combat. Okay, remember, supposed to tap something down here. I'm so proud of myself for not passing by beginning of combat by mistake. Pat myself on the back. Good job. So we could swing in for 11, which is not enough. So we need to draw a Lord, 2-mana Lord. Supreme Phantom off the top, please. Okay. So we can tap down Tideshaper and Lord of Atlantis. So they can only swing in for 3. I mean, neither of us can block each other. They have Island Walk, we have Flying. So yeah, our creatures just fly right by each other. And yeah, we just don't have enough. 8, 9, 10, 11. So we tap down the Tide Shaper and the Lord of Atlantis, and if they don't have another Lord, then we win. Maybe. We still have to draw a card, right? Like, this is what? 8 and 6 is 14? So we do have lethal in the air here. Tap down this. Tap down this. And that's our turn, so, or that's everything we can do to interact with them, so we'll pass. They only have one card in hand. We got 14 flying on the table. But they could have, like, Trickster. They could have... There's a few cards they could have that could still win them the game. Let's see what we draw off the top. Let's see if we get some gas. Come on, deck. Alright, all we got is all we got. That's true. Our creatures have hexproof. So there should be nothing they can do. I'm pretty sure this should just be GG then. Wow. Well, that's pretty lucky. Entrancing Melody against the hexproof cards. That was their draw for turn. I mean, if we didn't have the double Drogskol, it would have been game-breaking. So we got a 1-land hand, but it has Aether Vial. We're going to try it. We're going to risk it. The power of Aether Vial compels me. Dragon Rage Channeler. Alright, land off the top. Let's make me look like a genius. Or we could make me look like a fool. I absolutely want to trade Spectral Sailor for your Dragon Rage Channeler. I want to do that 100%. Sure. Oh, there's an instant. Okay, that's a pretty good one. And they hit sorcery. Blast. Now I look like a double fool. Well, that's what I get for keeping a bad hand. Who knows? Maybe we could still come back into it. I don't want to just concede the game. We're at such a disadvantage. Oh, and they even got rid of the land off the top of the deck. Thank you. Okay, we got a Mausoleum Wanderer, and we got Skyclave Apparition to start getting rid of their creatures. We can also Spell Quell something, or we could Spell Quell something. We can't do both. But Mausoleum Wanderer could be a good way to counter a spell. We'll see what they present. Unholy Heat on the Maelstrom Wanderer. We're going to let that happen. We'll let them attack, and then we'll apparate the Channeler and block the Ragavan. Alright, that is the plan anyway. Damn. You didn't want to do another Surveil? I guess, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get the token that way. So it was a choice between a 1/1 token or the Surveil. So they find Spell Queller, which they could put into play. They could just have a 2/3 flyer. Doesn't seem like the worst thing. Oh, instead they're going to gain control of the Aether Vial. Alright, we can see to that. We bring in Sanctifier en-Vec. Path to Exile. Looking at you, Spectral Sailor. Shacklegeist seems pretty good here. Selfless Spirit seems pretty good. All the cards seem pretty good. Get rid of an Aether Vial if they're just going to be stealing them from us anyway. Chalice on 1 would be good? Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Keep this. Do not want to hit F6 here, just in case they presented something I wanted to counter. Another Spell Queller. Alright, so we don't have any spirits we can really put down this turn. I'm just going to attack in with Maelstrom Wanderer here. After getting punished last time for trying to block Dragon Rage Channeler, I'm not too interested in trying it again. Alright, so we're missing white source for Skyclave Apparition, which is unfortunate. Selfless Spirit. So we can hold up Spell Queller, or we can play Drogskol Captain. Drogskol Captain, putting that down would make it vulnerable. Thinking about just holding up Spell Queller here. But if they play Murktide, I guess we would have Path for Murktide, so it would be fine. Would Rest in Peace be good? Probably really good, actually. Probably very, very good. If we go to a game 3, we'll bring in Rest in Peace. Takes away Delirium. Basically means they cannot play their Murktide. Looks like they're just going to pass the turn up back, hold up their own counter magic. And we do not have a a spirit in the graveyard for Moorland Haunt. So that kind of wasted our turn. But I guess if we're just going to swing back and forth with 1/1s, I win that race. I'm going to Lightning Bolt our Spirit. Spell Queller is so bad versus Lightning Bolt. Ah, there's the Delirium. Now you've got a 3/3. They're going to Lightning Bolt the Spell Queller. So if we try and counter that, they're going to throw the Lightning Bolt at our face. I mean, they have the extra 1 mana pretty easily. And this is Murktide. Looks like they have a Murktide in hand. Oh, they decide to go for Expressive Iteration instead. Kind of hoping for a white source off the top. With a white source, I could go Aether Vial, Skyclave. Damn. I guess we just straight up can't go Skyclave, so what are we going to do? Could go Aether Vial, Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit will make it a little bit safer to play Drogskol Captain later. Can also start making tokens with Moorland Haunt. We have a couple spirits. Okay, so Lightning Bolt, the Selfless Spirit, it's dead. And Dragon Rage is going to be able to get in for another 3. Oh, and they can dash the Ragavan. So they get in for 5, they get an extra card, treasure. Take the Seachrome Coast off the top of our library, thank you. Get another Spell Queller. This is really awkward. How many bolts have they used? 3. So I should be able to take this damage. Go to 6. Okay. So we got Spell Queller, or Path, or make a Spirit. So by making a Spirit, I can tap down the Dragon Rage Channeler so it cannot attack. Shame. Well, maybe we still got something to block here at least. So we get to stay at 6. And now we can start to play our big cards. Good thing, too, because they're starting to flood out onto the board here. Rattlechains. Alright, I guess I have Skyclave, Rattlechains, and Path for this turn. Engineered explosives on 0. Okay, so that could get rid of a spirit token? I want to keep this Path for a Murktide. If that's possible. Kozilek's Return. Wow! Kozilek's Return looking pretty good here. I think we have to Path. I don't want to go down to 3. I mean, they only have 1 Lightning Bolt left, but kind of seems like they've had it all, so let's not play into it. Always no, always yield. Ah, there's the plains. About time. Some might say too late. Unholy Heat. Too bad we can't throw the Drogskol Captain into play. Countering a removal spell always feels so bad with Spell Queller. If they have another removal spell, we just lose everything. I guess we could have activated the Moorland Haunt, made them use the engineered explosives there. Yeah, Donut, I like that. Could have played the Skyclave for mana and then used the Aether Vial for the Drogskol Captain. I mean, it still would have worked out in the opponent's favor. They had the second Unholy Heat. Supreme Phantom. Snapcaster in response. Oh, they're going to be able to Lightning Bolt the Supreme Phantom. Or, yeah, Unholy Heat. Kill the Supreme Phantom, and then I get Drogskol Captain. And then Drogskol blocks token. I take 3, go to 2. Alright, deck. I understand sometimes the pressure gets to be too much. Joeliant, thanks for the follow, friend. Ah, I have something for that now. For when they have the nuts. I guess we're just guaranteed dead here. Engineered Explosives gets rid of our token, and then the Snapcaster Mages kill us. One land hand on the play. We have Aether Vial. We got seriously punished for doing this last time. It looks like we are against Hammer Time. I'm just not interested in keeping this. Alright, let's go get a Hallowed Fountain. Play Mausoleum Wanderer. Pass back. Unfortunately, Mausoleum Wanderer just not that good versus Hammer Time. They don't have a lot of instants or sorceries. I think they just have one, really. Oh, they're playing Inspiring Vantage and Goblin Guide. Huh. I wonder if this is Burn. I mean, it looks like Burn, obviously. But they could have done some weird thing and combined Burn with Hammer Time. Alright, so we could play Supreme Phantom and get in for maximum damage, but I like playing Rattlechains. So we could play the Rattlechains and actually block the Goblin Guide. How many Woodland Groves would you need to play Prismatic Ending to make the third color source? I mean, I guess you could just play several of the off-colored ones. Since we don't have any on-colored ones, we could play, like, however many we can get away with. I think that I would want probably 4 separate ones. Wouldn't even have to be Woodland Groves. There's a lot of different choices since, we're not using green mana in this deck. Could play Phantom and not attack. It's true. But if we do that, we're open to Searing Blaze. I guess not, because we can just sacrifice the Mausoleum Wanderer, and that counters the Searing Blaze. So, Supreme Phantom just blocks Goblin Guide here. Mausoleum Wanderer is going to be a 2/2 next turn. So do we, like, just want to attack with Mausoleum Wanderer anyway? I guess it would be fine to just trade the Wanderer for the Goblin Guide. I mean, if we're blocking the Goblin Guide turn after turn, though, they're not even going to swing with it. They're not going to want to give us the card advantage. Looks like burn, smells like burn, quacks like burn, must be hammer time. Now there's the Searing Blaze. So we'll counter that. No attacks. And we get the Waterlogged Grove. So we have Skyclave Apparition to get rid of the Goblin Guide here. Attack for 1, pass back. So is Hammer Time playing Ragavan now? And Lightning Bolt my Skyclave Apparition. We take 4. They get an extra 1/1. Oh yeah, you're thinking hold up Spell Queller? Could like Spell Quell the Lightning Bolt, block one of the Swift Spears here? Or the Goblin Guide? We're going to hold back. We have a good block here. Depending what they do. Okay, so they go for the Boros Charm. We're going to want to Spell Quell that. Which is bad if they have Lightning Bolt, but it is what it is. Oh, so Darcy was amazing, but the Ragavan wasn't as good in burn? Interesting. Oh, no attacks. Love to see it. Yeah, I think that it might be a good idea to try the prismatic ending. Making room for it could make it very good. Alright, so we're losing our Phantom. I guess you can just take the, another Painland. Wonderful. You could take this Sailor out, right? The Spectral Sailor. For the main deck Chalices. That seems pretty good. Oh, I see, because Merfolk needs the island walk, whereas spirits can just fly over everything. Nice. This Rattlechains is going to look really good. Yeah, countered your spell. Now you can't even attack. Oh my, they are attacking. Oh, might as well kill their stuff, I guess. So we could double block Spirit, double block Swift Spear, block here, sack Spirit, or we could block everything. So like we could take, we're taking a lot of damage just from these lands here, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I think we block everything here. Means we only kill the illusion, but that's fine. More pain. Nice. I guess we just pass. What can you do? Don't cast a spell. Oh, okay. Not a spell. Eidolon is not good, though. As all of our spells trigger Eidolon. But we'd have to draw them first. Alright, pass turn. You've fallen into my trap. Activated your own Eidolon. It's over for me. Still no attacks. Okay, Supreme Phantom. So that hits them for 6. They go to 3. We go to 5. We have 3 blocks. I mean, we're dead to spell regardless, but I think we still play Supreme Phantom and pass. Yeah, that's true. We do have Flash. Rattlechains. What a card. No reason to cast it now. We can wait. Yeah, the deck is nowhere near as good without the Aether Vial. Okay, so the fetch there is pretty good. Puts them to 8. So if they trigger the Eidolon again, we have Lethal on the Crackback. Okay, so they're coming in. Let's see what's on top. Moorland Haunt. Oh, that would have been so good if we had drawn that. Instead of any of these other lands. Hey, Pygonti with the raid. Thanks for the raid, friend. Were you playing Hammer Time? Let's see here. Let's just do a little bit of counting. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is lethal. We have to make blocks. We go to 5 playing the Supreme Phantom. Then we have 3 blocks, so we can block 1, 2, 3. We take 2. If they have another spell, we're dead anyway. But yeah, we have to... we pretty much have to play something, right? I guess we could like block here and here. But then, yeah, they still just play spell and we're dead anyway. We can block and kill the Eidolon, and then... I mean, like, we block the Eidolon, and then if they don't have anything, we're fine, but if they do have something, we're dead. Could be sorcery, yep. Let's see here. Steam Flogger Boss, thanks for the follow, friend. Geez, we're already down to 16 minutes. Alright, so block here, take 3. If they have spell, we're dead. If we play Supreme Phantom, we could go block here, block here, block here. We're at 5. Spell still kills us. So yeah, we're dead to spell regardless. I don't think we want to block the Eidolon. I think you're probably right on that. We want to see if we can get them to go to 6. Block all 3 Swift Spears. The problem is the Rattlechains dies too. That sucks. It only dies if they have a spell. I mean, any spell and we were dead, right? So, GG. Hey, thanks for the follow, Pygonti. I'll see here. We'll bring in Sanctifier. We'll bring in Force of Negation. Do we bring in Chalice on one? Chalice on one seems pretty good. Gordon Lev, thanks for the follow. I mean, Rest in Peace seems really mediocre here. They didn't even bring their Lurrus in last time. I mean, Chalice over Force of Negation, or do we play both? Don't want a 2-for-1 ourselves? I mean, that's true. Let's see how many cards we take out. I don't want to take out too many cards, honestly. I really hate Spell Queller in this matchup. I mean, when it works, it seems fine, but they always seem to have, you know, like the burn spell to kill the Queller, and then it just snowballs from there. Force over Queller, then. Maybe. Let's give it a try. I'm all about experiments. Apparition feels bad. I mean, like, if we apparate their Monastery Swiftspear, and then they use a Lightning Bolt to kill Apparition, we got rid of a Swiftspear and a Lightning Bolt, and they just get a 1/1 token out of it. I think Apparition is pretty good. Can't Violent Force, that's true. But Force of Negation is free. Yeah, we'll take the play. I guess. Oh, there's a Goblin Guide. Can't Force a Negation that. Selfless Spirit on top. Alright, if we play Shacklegeist, we cannot Force a Negation. I guess we'll just play Selfless Spirit here, attack for 2, and then we got Selfless Spirit back to block. Kios, thanks for the follow, friend. Attack, attack, attack! Don't hold anything back. Swift Spear, yep. Attacking with both. Looks like a block on the Goblin Guide to me. And then let's get rid of the Swiftspear. We got a bunch of counter magic here. And we got a clock. So I don't mind Force of Negation, but and it looks like they just are playing 2/2s forever, so this is fine too. Who do I rent cards from? Card Hoarder. The I kind of like a block. Let's see what we get on top. Shacklegeist. I guess with the Supreme Phantom coming up, the block doesn't feel very good. Let's just take the damage. Yeah, we're going to race them. So the thing I like about Card Hoarder is the variable pay schedule. So week to week, I'm basically paying for the cards that I'm renting or as close to that value as possible. Instead of like renting, $1,000 worth every week, but some days I'm only playing with $20 worth of cards because I play Pauper. So when I'm renting a cheap deck, my rent is low. And when I'm renting elementals, it's higher. Okay, so they got their second land. What's it going to be? They're going to Lightning Bolt the Supreme Phantom. Let's Force of Negation that. Yeah, we should have used both Cavern to bluff Path. You're absolutely right. No reason to let them know we don't have Path in hand. I was just not paying attention to what lands I tapped. No attacks. This is looking pretty good for us. Get a Lord? Skyclave. We'll do that. Haha! Nice! Okay, now we're going into hard mode, because now we gotta beat Burn when they are on the play, and that is way harder to do. Don't think we really want to make any changes, though. We got a Chalice, we got Force of Negation, we got Mausoleum Wanderer. The only thing we're missing is Cavern of Souls. But I guess we can throw this Mausoleum Wanderer to the Force of Negation, so we don't have to worry about casting it. Dragon Rage Channeler. There you go. Yeah, it seems like a good hand if we can survive a little while, but they're already throwing down so many one-drops. Alright, let's see if we get an opportunity to trade. I don't even want to Force of Negation this, honestly. Let's hope they attack with everything. Nah, they're not going to risk that Channeler, makes sense. Alright, no blocks. Play Chalice. Go ahead. So Eidolon would be a pain here. Looks like they've got Boros Charm. Don't mind hitting that with a Force of Negation, honestly. So they got land, sorcery, instant enchantment creatures, so they got the Dragon Rage Channeler ready to go. I guess I could sacrifice this one. I want this to block. We're going to use that to block the Dragon Rage. And then we can use Skyclave Apparition to take it off the board. Yeah, we can't cast a Wanderer until we get a thing. You wouldn't block. That's fair. We could definitely have kept it around. It's only 3 damage we're preventing. We would have went to 10 instead of 13. I was just thinking about keeping my life total up. I like the Drogskol. I'm going to take this. They almost certainly have cards to throw at us. Alright, so we got Supreme Phantom and Drogskol Captain. If we play Supreme Phantom, we can draw a card. We get Selfless Spirit. That's interesting, too. Alright, thanks, Keep. I'll keep my eye out for it. That's not an email I check every day. So letting me know about it means that I'll check it. Okay. Lava Spike, countered. So let's see here. They could still have an instant. I don't want to lose my Supreme Phantom, but losing the Skyclave wouldn't be too bad. And this way we don't die to a later Boros Charm. Aether Vial. Well, that gets countered. Maybe I'll look like an idiot later and try and cast it, but for now I'll keep it in my hand. Those prowess triggers doing work. That's what I like to see. Just pass the turn back to me. Come on, deck. I know you like trolling me, but this is ridiculous. Some more Wanderers? Yeah, that'd be perfect. Let's get some Wanderers off the top, too. And let's get some Spectral Sailors, even though we put them in the sideboard. Let's draw those two. Oh, no, 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 no. No Eidolons. Eidolons not allowed. Searing Blaze, okay. So obviously we have to give our creatures indestructible here. They played a land, so let's go ahead and pop that off. That means they will be able to get in for 1 damage with the Illusion, putting us to 3. Which would mean another Searing Blaze and land would be lethal. We could just block the Illusion here. go to 2. I mean, the difference between 2 and 3 is basically nothing. The only difference would be Eidolon. Sure. Oh, crap. That's a 3-mana spell. So yeah, we lose. Good game. GG. Well navigated, Killer Sheep. Not a good hand. 5 lands, super flooded. Playing against a Lurrus of the Dream Den, so this could mean Hammer Time. Could be something else. Other decks play it. Let's mulligan this. We get a 2-land hand. We got plenty of things to cast. We'll keep this. I think we just get rid of Spectral Sailor. Yeah, that's totally fair to play the Mariners instead of the Sailors. It does increase your mana values, though, for the deck. Your average mana cost. Ashanti giving Spirits the thumbs down. Doesn't quite live up to your expectations. Well, it's not living up to our expectations this league either. Alright, so I'm going to want to pass the turn or pass priority with 1s at this point. Maelstrom Wanderer could come into play or not. Okay, we can just hit 6 now. I think I'm going to play Hallowed Fountain Mausoleum Wanderer. The card is bad. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think it is. It has Flash, and it draws cards. It says Mariner is good in slower matchups. Yeah, absolutely it is. Spectral Sailor is good in slow matchups too, though. And then they just pass the turn back with 3 mana open. Terrifying. Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, it is pretty easy to get confused about the two, isn't it? I mean, isn't a sailor a mariner anyways? Or a mariner a sailor? Alright, so obviously Skyclave Apparition isn't that good here. We could play Drogskol, and then we get to try and protect it with Mausoleum Wanderer. I think that's just going to be our best line. The other option would be to play Supreme Phantom. And then we can try and play Drogskol Captain later. Attack for 1. Why attack for 1 when we could attack for 3? Thanks, Ski Cat. Thanks for the follow, friend. This loser, thanks for the follow. Blind, thanks for the resub. Nakur76, thanks for the follow. Oh, that was quite the rush. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, none of this has flash, so we really just gotta get in for 2. No, we get in for 3. Yeah, that's true. Not if they kill it. If they kill it, we probably get in for nothing. I'm going to play the Supreme Phantom as a lightning rod here. I don't want to lose the Drogskol Captain if we can avoid it. And if we get a chance, an opportunity to get Flash later, Drogskol Captain can be an excellent counterspell. Andrew, thanks for the follow, friend. Tatranki, hello. Save the Apparition for Kroxa. That's fair. So they're going to ask me to discard a card, so we're going to counter that. I don't want to discard a card. Okay, they put Lurrus to hand and pass the turn. We get Seachrome Coast. I think I'm just going to play Drogskol at this point. Yeah, if we attacked first, we probably would have just got in for the damage instead of getting in for nothing. I see your point. Nothing we can do about that. So they have Lurrus in hand, but they don't have anything in the graveyard for Lurrus. So we can just Skyclave that. Seems good. Waterlogged Grove. This deck. I heard you like lands. Rattlechains. Ooh, Rattlechains, though. I guess there's an argument to play the Rattlechains end of turn so that we could later play the Skyclave Apparition on Lurrus, especially where they don't have anything in the graveyard to hit. Can't wait for the Azorius Canopy lands. That would be pretty special. I'll just keep on trying to get these captains to stick, I guess. Haha! Scoop to the captain! They had no more removal left. Ah, you're right. Knacker, that's definitely the better line. I guess I was like maybe potentially looking for a different card, but like we were gonna play Apparition. So yeah, we should have just waited because they are a discard deck. Let's see here. We're bringing Sanctifier, bringing Rest in Peace. Do we bring in Path to Exile? Spell Queller seems good. Captain seems good. Apparition seems good. Selfless Spirit seems good. Sanctifier's great. Rattlechains is good. Shacklegeist is good. Supreme Phantom is good. Everything is good. All the cards are good. I think I'm going to skip the path. We don't have to get their creatures out of the way. I think most of our creatures are going to be better than theirs. And we already have the Apparition. Is White Leyline not good anymore in Modern? We do see it occasionally, but we're not running it in this deck. Yeah, it's generally going to be better in your combo deck. Thanks, Ghost. Obviously, there's values to Leyline in the Bogles deck, but you don't see a lot of Bogles. A lot of Shacklegeist here. This is an interesting hand. I'm going to keep it. We can tap down their creatures forever. Oh, and a tapped Blood Crypt. Okay, that's 7 cards, so they're going to start bobbling. They look at our top cards, so they know the card we're going to draw. And you're targeting me again on my upkeep? Okay, that... I mean, I make a lot of mistakes too. But if you were going to do that, you should have done it on the draw step or the end step, so that you wouldn't see the same card twice. But since they did that way and saw the Selfless Spirit twice, there's going to be like a Thoughtseize glitch that goes on here, and it's going to be another Selfless Spirit on top. Enchantress uses it. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Enchantress is sort of... I mean, like... I kind of hesitate to call it control or combo. It's an engine deck. It builds an engine. And eventually, once that engine starts to get turning, you know, it'll look like a combo. It'll kill you pretty quick. But it's not the same as Yawgmoth combo, which is also building an engine, but uses it to literally combo. Okay, that's good for racing. But it's going to get tapped every turn. Tapped forever. Just tap, tap, tappy. Taparoo. Engine with a few prison pieces. Yeah, the prison pieces are super important. So I'm going to take my hand off of the 1 button here. I have a disturbing tendency to pass priority when I should not. So I'm just going to wait, and then, you know, I'll pass once to get to the beginning of combat, then we'll tap down the Dothy Voidwalker, unless they want to cast a thing. And if they want to cast a thing, then maybe we'll have to respond to that. Like if they're killing one of our creatures. In your opinion, it's a lock deck, a prison deck, like Lantern. Okay, that's fair. I think that's a way more fair way of describing it. Hey, from the crypt. Welcome. Yeah, no kidding. It seems like there's a few people in the channel today. Thanks a lot for watching the stream, everybody. We got to triple digits today, but we did get 2 raids. One from Cherry and one from Pygonti. Oh, you were playing Shadow the other day and your Tron opponent brought in Leyline? Oh, wow. I guess, yeah, Tron opponent got tired of getting Thoughtseized. Does that work for Surgical? Choose target card in a graveyard, search its owners. Nope, doesn't work for Surgical. Turns out people like spirits. Oh, that's good to know. People like tribal decks. And we haven't seen spirits in a very long time. So, makes sense that people would be curious about how it would do in the new meta. Spoiler alert, unless your name is Dr. Queller. Not as good as it used to be. Okay, so, they're passing priority. Let's go to beginning of combat. Tap your creature. Okay, still do not want to hit F6 because we have the Maelstrom Wanderer we could counter a spell with. If they want to, like, I don't know. They obviously won't be casting Liliana. Can't counter that anyway. And another Voidwalker. Sanctifier en-Vec. So we have to specifically tap Spirits for the Shacklegeist. But we'll be able to play 2 Spirits next turn, so I'm into playing the Sanctifier. Make it much more difficult for the Dragon Rage Channeler to go off. Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that about Dr. Queller. Apparently has awful internet. Let's see here. So we could attack for 3, and they would attack for 6. I think I would rather just tap down Voidwalker again. Shadow is good versus Tron, but other discard decks aren't? Is that true? What about this deck? This deck seems really fast. I bet this deck could beat Tron. I understand that, like, Boomer Jund had a terrible time versus Tron. I've been there. But the new decks are so much faster. Okay, so we're going to combat again. Let's tap down one of your Voidwalkers. Well, with a name like that, everyone's going to look to you. And, yeah, Dr. Queller has just been tearing it up. Yes, Tron is on the rise again. From the Crypt, how you feel about that? So let's see here. Speaking of From the Crypt, what do you say? It really comes down to if we got removal or not. Generator's too fast, but can be an easy match with 7 mana and O-Stone or All is Dust. Yeah, that's a good point. Ooh, no! Engineered Explosives. That's going to kill all my stuff. I guess it kills their Voidwalkers too? Oh, you just got engaged. Well, congratulations. I remember you talking about it before, but you hadn't popped the question yet. Congratulations. I understand how real life can take priority, so yeah, you do what you need to. So Engineered Explosives, the Selfless Spirit here is going to get them to activate it. If they don't just activate it right now. Oh, well, fantastic. I'm really glad that worked out for you. Compersion levels are maxing out. Should we attack first? Do they have anything with void counters? No. Nothing's gone to the graveyard on my side. I think we attack first. Because they have to activate Engineered Explosives in response to Selfless Spirit. Okay, here comes Engineered Explosives. I mean, we don't get a chance to attack later. We cast the Selfless Spirit, and then Engineered Explosives goes off. So if we didn't attack first, these things would be dead, and we would get no damage from them anyway. Okay, so their cards are exiled, so are ours. These have the Kajigit on them now. Kind of big deal, 44. Thanks for the follow, friend. I'm kind of interested in playing the Shacklegeist, but maybe I just want to rest in peace. With Shacklegeist, we can tap down the Dragon Rage Channeler so they don't get combat. And then we get more damage in next turn anyway. We're going to play Shacklegeist. I guess, yeah, if we had played Selfless Spirit, we would have gotten in for 3 damage. So it would have been fine. It would have only been 1 fewer damage, but this way we get the Mausoleum Wanderer untapped. Pretty sure attacking first was just slightly better. Ah, okay, that's the reason to play the Rest in Peace right there. Now they get to take it with Inquisition. I think we still just race them, though. Yeah, they were tapped out. And now they can make Dragon Rage Channeler fly. Nope. So, just keep it back as a 1/1 for now, huh? That's fine by me. Spell Queller? Good draw. Let's race. Alright, what's your final play? Is this a Lurrus? No, this is something else. This is, Prismatic Ending on Selfless Spirit. Spell Queller it. Mausoleum Wanderer is going to be a 2/2, so we can counter the next instant or sorcery they play. They're going to Lightning Bolt the Spell Queller, so we'll sacrifice the Selfless Spirit. I think they are just dead at this point. And they concede. Nice. Okay, so we got our 50 play points back. So we got half of our points back. I mean, not exactly happy with the way that league went, but we did fight hard. We got some wins on the matches that we lost, except for the third match where we just got crushed. All right, so after the league, how are we feeling about spirits? I think that it's a little bit underpowered compared to some of the other decks that we're playing against. When we don't have turn 1 Aether Vial, it feels kind of bad, but the deck is aggressive, it's evasive, it has control elements, so I feel like it's kind of the jack of all trades. And if you enjoy playing the spirits, then this is definitely strong enough to get you some wins. I don't feel that you should be embarrassed bringing it into a league or an FNM. I think that you would have quite a bit of fun playing the deck, but I don't feel that it is as strong as some of the other options. And, that's fine. As we've seen, Dr. Queller has managed to put up results with the deck again and again, because in Modern, the more you specialize, the better you're going to get. I'm sure that a few of you would have been able to point to some of the plays that I made this league with an eyebrow raised questioningly. Why'd you do that? Maybe you would have made some better plays. So what I'm trying to say is that there's definitely room to improve. And yeah, in Modern, the more you know about your deck and the more you know about your opponent's deck and how those two decks interact, the better you're going to do.